The Rolex Submariner. It's a staple for how we define an icon in the watch world. When people think of a high-class Rolex, this is the watch they think of. Sure, all Rolexes have hype to them, but none as much as this one, especially when released in 2020. There was a lot of rave about this watch. People were going crazy, saying good things, bad things, and so much more. But people couldn't stop talking about the bracelet, the case size, the dial. But more importantly, for all watch enthusiasts, this watch is about history. How did this watch go from tool to cool?
What you here for, huh? Does your life matter? Does your life matter? You ready for this? You ready to take control? Are you giving up control or are you taking control?
We so happen to get so lucky to get that phone call that everyone wants. You know what it is. The dealer, your Rolex dealer, calling you to let you know that, hey, I have the new 2021 Rolex Submariner, full steel, waiting for you. And guess what, guys? We got it right over here. I can't wait to open it up with you and tell you a little bit more about the watch. Guys, before we get to the remainder of the video, please go ahead and drop a subscribe on this channel. Hit that little bell button so you guys can get notified when I put out new videos. It means a lot and it only takes a moment and it means so much to this channel. I appreciate you guys and let's get to it. A brief history about the watch. Rolex launched the Submariner in 1953. And when they launched it, it was meant to be a tool watch for divers that actually goes 100 meters down into the water, which for us Americans, that's 330 feet down. For Rolex, this was the second greatest breakthrough in watch mastery. They literally created a waterproof watch. It was never seen before. Their first breakthrough was their Oyster, and now they came out with this. People went mad. Many people think this watch was only made for divers, but actually this watch was also made for the military. And around the 1960s, you started seeing a crazy pop with this watch. This watch started being in all pop culture around the world. You started seeing so many famous actors starting to wear this around and people were raving. Check out these films. The Submariner. It represented a historic turning point in modern day watches. But what makes this watch so sought after? So let's get to the fun part. Let's start unboxing this watch and see what we have. I am so excited to see it along with you guys. And this is going to be epic. What's up, guys? My friends from Watchstand just hit me up and they sent me so many cool different products that you see on the table. The Watchstand is what every watch lover needs in their life. If you guys have any Rolex, APs, Pateks, Tags, Omegas in your collection, let me tell you what, you gotta get a hold of some Watchstand products. They have super amazing things, all the way from trays not to scratch your watches to amazing watch stands. They use genuine leathers. My favorite product is actually these rollers, where you can actually fit 3 watches, but they also have a smaller one where you can actually put 2 watches and one where there's just for 1 watch and you can take it wherever you go. The most annoying part of any watch owner's life is to get a boo-boo on their beautiful watch. When you get a boo-boo on your watch, guess what? You're gonna have to polish it, and no one wants to polish their watches all the time, right? There's short lifespans on watches, so why not protect your watches and elongate the lifespan and also bring up the value of them by keeping them in mint condition by actually using these products from the Watchstand. If you're on the computer and you need to be typing or writing some paperwork, take off your watch, rest it on the beautiful Watchstand, avoid any risks, avoid any scratches, especially to those gold prime pieces. And if you're traveling, put them inside this beautiful box and take it with you wherever you go. Trust me, guys, if you haven't checked them out, you have to check them today. Go to the watchstand.com or even click the link in the description and go check them out. The watch you see here is the newest iteration of the Royal Oak Submariner Oyster Steel, but the stainless steel one. This watch is the new 41mm. It is such a stunning piece to look at. The entire Submariner lineup has been updated over the year, including in precious metals as well. You have, for example, the Bluesy, which is, in the beginning, I didn't fall in love with it. But honestly, looking at it today, I called up my Rolex dealer and I'm like, hey, I might want to add this piece to my collection as well. Because that deep blue, beautiful dial just captivates you as you see it. The only change on the new Submariner is that they upped it from a 40mm to a 41. And also they grew the bracelet just a little bit. And it occupies a new caliber, the 3230 movement. Cool fact about the bezel, it's a unidirectional bezel. So it actually moves around. And this mechanism is used to actually time your dives. So to fit on my wrist actually, as you guys see, I had to take out a few links and I got them right over here. I want to let you guys know one thing. When you're actually taking out links from a watch, it's so important and there's so much value in actually holding this, the box, but also the book and the card. And the card is actually your warranty card. And guess what, guys? For all you guys that want to know what's the price on the Rolex Submariner, right now, if you're lucky enough to get your hands on it, I paid $8,798.63. It might not sound like a lot for a Rolex, right? Obviously, $8,000 is a lot of money, but when we talk about Rolex, sometimes we can talk about $100,000 Rolex, $50,000 Rolex, and even, most likely, $20,000 Rolex. The hard part is, how can you get your hands at one of these? The Submariner from Rolex is an oyster steel. Oyster steel is a super alloy specific to Rolex. This watch can literally be banged up, taken with you anywhere, and guess what? It's still gonna look impeccable. A cool feature of the Rolex Submariner as well, which is super amazing, since this watch is made for divings, there's also this easy adjust mechanism right over here. So all you have to do is open it up, just like this, boom, it fits on your wrist. And then, let's say you want to put on your scuba suit and go for a quick dive, pop this baby open, stretch it out all the way, and you're back into place. Guys, I want to make a poll, and I want you guys to vote on what watch you want to see next. I'm going to throw up a few watches that I have my eyes on, and why don't you guys vote for which one I should buy next? Go ahead, vote right here. All you have to do is click the link at the top left corner. Personally, I couldn't wait to get this watch. When I got a phone call, I said, hey, I'll be there in less than 5 minutes, even though I was 20 minutes away realistically. But I was so excited and I had to run there and get it. I've been waiting a long time to get my hands on a full steel model, especially a Rolex Submariner. This one particularly is a no date. So there's one with a little date bubble and one that's just flat crystal on top. I'll tell you what, guys, if you're working hard in life, there's a great way to reward yourself. And what's better to reward yourself with such a talking piece, a historic piece, and nonetheless, a piece from Rolex. So I own a lot of Rolexes, and this one particularly on my wrist is a lot more lightweight and so versatile. You can dress this one up, you can dress it down, it doesn't matter if you have a suit on. And by the way, guys, I'm a real estate developer, real estate broker, and I wear this with suits, with a t-shirt, and with so much more. And it always rocks, and it always shows. And people always recognize it. And I think it's an amazing conversation starter. And I feel like the Rolex Submariner, even though I own so many different other Rolexes, is the #1 Rolex where people are like, hey, that's a Rolex, and a conversation starter. And that's what we're in the nature of the game for. If you want something that isn't too flashy, but has an amazing use and won't get dinged up so easily, this is the watch for you. Guys, thank you so much for subscribing to the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what else you guys want to see. Comment below. And if you want to see any other watch videos, click the link above. And if you want to see all the other Rolexes I own, hey, why don't you watch the playlist? We have so much more cool videos coming to you. I'll see you guys in the next one.